Mildred Bylane first passed through Radiator Springs in the summer of 1943 as part of a USO publicity tour. When she accidentally swerved into a bed of flowers, she found herself rescued by none other than the town's shyest resident, Red. When Mildred's job called her overseas at the end of the summer, she left Red a single rose to remember her by. To this day, he keeps her memory alive by caring for the descendants of that very flower. When it comes to traffic, Cathycopter is your reliable eye in the sky. For up-to-the-minute reports on both the morning and afternoon commutes, there's nobody better. But truth be told, Cathy would trade her traffic show for just one day as a police helicopter. She sure loves a good car chase. Someday, when Bert finds a gallery that understands his abstract motion blur photography, he'll be recognized as the true artist he really is. In the meantime, though, it's his job as a paparazzo that pays the bills. And yes, paparazzo is the singular use of paparazzi. And yes, it means oversized mosquito in Italian. When Johnny and Jamie were young, they spent more time goofing off at the race than watching it. They've matured a lot since then and now know that it's silly to waste race time playing pranks and getting into trouble. That's why they now show up early to play pranks and get into trouble. Paul is a trustworthy semi. He once hauled a shipment of 5,000 lug nuts and didn't lose a single one. He knows this because he personally counted each one when he left and when he arrived. Vern is the owner and sole employee of Vern's taxi service in Sonoma. He guides tourists through the beautiful gourmet oil country, and after a day of tasting all Northern California has to offer, he guides them safely back to their quaint G&Bs. That's garage and breakfasts. Industrial waste recycling might be a messy gig for some, but no load's too big or too toxic for Gil. It's the jokes Gil tells at the truck stop that he recycles most of all. The other truckers politely nod and chuckle as Gil tells the same old one-liners time and time again. As the personal assistant to one of the world's most famous race cars, Patty knows that whether on the track or on the highway, Mario is always racing. She doesn't bother keeping up with him, because inevitably she'll find him on the side of the road talking with local police. Only he's not getting a ticket, he's signing autographs. The Piston Cup Precision Drill Team have been performing their tight formation carobatics since they got together in college, spelling out the letters of their fraternity. They can spell out any word under 10 letters at any event large enough to have them, but make sure you proofread your request first, as they will spell out your message exactly as written. The Convoy Brothers have never been apart. They do absolutely everything together. They work together, they have lunch together, they even have vacation sites next to each other. To see them, you'd think they were welded at the fenders, but they're not anymore, thanks to the miracle of modern engineering. Each year, Sid Vander Camper migrates cross-country to see his favorite Piston Cup races. Last year, on his way to the Los Angeles International Speedway, he swung through Kingman, Arizona, where he found plastic flamingos at a local garage sale. Now a permanent fixture on Sid's front lawn, his plastic bird friends have earned him an honored spot atop fabled Redneck Hill. Barney Storeman is a professional skyrider. His job not only requires aerobatic skill and relatively low winds, but most importantly, good spelling. Because as Barney likes to say, there's no eraser in the sky. Artie started covering local sporting events back in Wilmington, Delaware, but caught the attention of Racing Sports Network executives with his ability to not just cover the race, but the story of the race as well. Artie likes to say, if there's a story out there, I'm just trying to cover it. Bruiser Bukowski has been part of Chick Hicks' pit crew for 10 long years. Before that, they were in high school together, and before that, they were in drama club together. Bruiser is Chick's #2 fan, only because the #1 spot was already taken by Chick himself. Chick's loyal crew chief has been the #1 guy to the second-place race car for over 10 years, through the good, the bad, and the ugly. And with Chick, there's a lot of ugly. He longs for the day Chick wins a Piston Cup so that he'll no longer be the second-best crew chief on the circuit.